Sometimes you can find themes and setups by looking at charts or looking at news or whatever it is. Sometimes you can find themes and setups by just looking at your system. So, again, over at Stats Ed Trading, we run systems. We have back tests that go back 30 some odd years and say if you do this, 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 and this, you end up beating the market over time. Sometimes when we are given things from these systems, we start to notice themes on it. So a couple weeks ago, I mentioned a trade that my systems took, this more experimental one took in platinum. So if we go platinum, and just look at this, just around this area right here. That's been an amazing trade. I kept some of the position, even though most of it was meant to be sold, I think, around this area right here. And then you zoom out on the chart and you kind of see why, right? I'm trying to stick the landing on this particular breakout right here, and that looks really, really good. Now, when it comes to this same system, for this week, there was a couple that made sense. So silver miners, you can see haven't triggered yet, but these are junior silver miners, and same kind of look of a chart with platinum, where silver, the actual SLV, looks really good, right? Broke out of this massive base, set another base, broke out of that base as well. If we look at silver, this is SILJ, which is the junior silver miners. Nice looking little rounded bottom here that we could potentially break out of. And then the other one was SIL, which is just the big silver miners. And look at this prior resistance zone right here that we are trying to get through. This one has actually already triggered this week, but so far hasn't really done anything since then. So I just wanted to kind of pop on here and show you there are many different ways to kind of find the next theme that is interesting to you. And most of the time we do it through some sort of top-down analysis. We take a look at the S&P 500, and then we go down to the individual sectors, and then we go down to some ETFs and subsectors, and we try to figure out what's looking good, what's looking strong, and then we take trades from there. Sometimes you just let your system guide you, and more as I do this, I am allowing that to happen because it's working out for me. Is take the system trades that your system's giving you, right? Trade systematically, as kind of I'm all about and talking about all the time. But start to notice if your system keeps giving you a sector or space names or quantum computers or whatever over and over and over again. Sometimes that's just giving you a clue, and then from more of a discretionary point of view, you can start to go through some of these names. So these SIL and the SILJ, which is the silver miners and the junior silver miners, they look okay. But what this has done is it's kind of poked me to say, hey, maybe from a longer term trade, you start taking a look at silver mining companies individually and try to find one that's going to give a little more beta or a little more potential move off something like that. So just because you have a system, you have an idea, it says to take trade A, doesn't necessarily mean you have to take trade A. Sometimes it's just pointing you in the direction of where it sees some edge, where it sees some alpha. So this might expand out to silver miners, gold, maybe another leg, platinum, maybe I'll look at palladium, all these different metals, but just something interesting to note. So that's the rant I want to give you guys today is just, hey, my systems are starting to look at metals. If you're someone that likes that kind of trading, maybe you start to look at some metals as well.